Luigi here, welcome Danganronpa 2 episode 30, and I kind of skipped Gundam's voice line, so might as well voice it. Is that it? A shepherd's dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata. We have to do this weird duel thing that I am terrible at.
Have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But
What?
are you sure?
No, it's not.
Sure. If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound.
I did, I
Seems
yawned.
you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction.
Wait, what am I
starts
proving?
now.
Why did
You better entertain me to the fullest.
This is a terrible time to start the episode, or end the episode. We're talking about if it's Hiyoko's blood on Ibuki's shoe or whatever. I think. Alright, it's time to get good. Rope used for hanging, candle. Oh my gosh, smudge on the floor is probably it.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet goes up. Impossible.
Wait, I should listen.
Try to remember
Well, I
the
can't.
crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
But there was. Alright, well that was easy. That was surprisingly easy.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away after.
Well, I'm just gonna get this trial. I'm gonna be finished with it in 30 seconds.
Don't
If I
say
keep
such
doing this.
foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do.
It was actually really
There's a
obvious.
streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
If you have eyes, you would have seen it.
When the killer tried to hide Hiyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Yeah, I still want to know why they want to mix up the order
Even
of the
if they're able
murders.
to hide Hiyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hiyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually,
It doesn't make sense, but yeah.
The heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far. Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Well, Mikon, we all know Mikon's the killer, so, I mean...
The heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
See, how would they know that, though?
Time
What
of
the
death
frick?
wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right?
Naito,
It's
can you
decided.
object?
Hiyoko was killed before
No fun,
Ibuki.
Naito.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Look how alone Sonya is right now. Just like, no one's next to her.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Okay.
Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
That's a good question. Why am I yawning? Huh? Suicide? I don't know what that
Same
word
as
means.
always, you have to vote for who the killer is.
I would think so.
About it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself.
Yeah, I feel like Ibuki is gonna be the one we're gonna have to vote. So,
Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
ooh, yes, let's do that.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well,
They mean that
I understand Hiyoko's
they committed
death.
suicide.
I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience,
A
right?
guilty conscience? I think they just did it because someone
Totally
told them to.
impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember?
She doesn't need a guilty
That
conscience
means anything
to
can happen.
do it.
But if Ibuki's
She
the
could have just been
killer,
told.
she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right?
Mm-hmm.
After Hajime saw the hanged body, the
Which is
sudden
why
appearance of
someone
Hiyoko's body soon
Orchestrated
after
the whole
means
thing.
The killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive. When
Huh?
Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, That's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
How would she have done that?
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging.
Well, why am I yawning so much? God, well, it could have been just someone else in the bag, and since Hajime doesn't have a brain, he didn't realize it wasn't
Her
Ibuki.
body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
It was all staged. I didn't actually see anyone hang themselves because the light went off.
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something.
I mean, yeah, the killer definitely did something, and that was murder 2 people.
So maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
Oh, easier said than done.
Then our plan
Oh, an
is
alibi.
to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What
Yeah.
time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
Correct.
I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
Correct.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
So like 80
Now
different
then,
people.
I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Why are you leading this class trial? Is it because you're the murderer? That's right, I know it. Sonia is like the worst alibi. I'm just kidding. It's what am I doing here? I'm gonna have to listen to what they say first.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
I don't think so, but
And
yeah,
what about
whatever.
the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
What a great alibi.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an out.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Nobody has an alibi? That's not true. 8 people have an alibi.
Exclude the sick.
If nobody has an alibi, then
Okay,
No, that's
it was
wrong.
I don't even remember Mikan's account. I just went through the accounts.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
you two have alibis?
Up until
I
saw
always
that
have an
video,
alibi.
Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
I don't think that's very important.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep.
Yeah, accidentally. Yeah, sure it was an accident.
Too
Whoo!
much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
He just sexually harassed me. It's no big
And
deal.
we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that.
Well, the killer would have had to get rid of that outer layer of the pillar. So I feel like that gives Chiaki an alibi. And we saw Mikan and Hiyoko, so I feel like they have alibis, but I don't know. At least Chiaki has an alibi. But, yeah.
The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
Yes. And
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
Committing an imitation murder? Is that really all it was?
I hope not, otherwise that was a really stupid idea. Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
I don't know, you tell me,
Are you
Naito.
saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much.
Good one.
How I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Killer had a different reason? That's the case. Are we still in the killer's trap? Is that a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? And what kind of trap is it? And why is everyone just staring at me while I'm making these weird faces? I don't know what the other reason is. I want to find out. Did we really hit, like, the midpoint? Didn't feel like it, but I guess so. I'm feeling like... Who could be the killer? I feel like I'll have a better suspicion once they reveal this other reason. Anyway, why hello there, Monomi. The moss balls sure look tasty today. Don't characterize me as someone who lives off of moss balls. I definitely will. And here's some chance time. Oh, what's that? Now then, Monomi's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. Well, no, it's actually 99% your fault, Monomi. Let's be honest here. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal's successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then... I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment.
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. Me neither. What the frick is he talking about? Alright. What a great suspension of the child. That was just ridiculous. Oh, I hate you. Get the frick out of here.
No! This definitely... Everyone, do
Go away. I don't care about you. God. Back to the important stuff. The reason this killer did it is more... Yeah, you just said that. You just said this.
It suddenly got quiet in here.
Yeah, it's because I'm thinking. And when I think, nobody can talk.
I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Same, what?
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that
Hey,
happened, the
YouTuber
imitation would have
Naito.
been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well,
'Cause
it's
Nekomaru was
against
the third
rules
one.
to kill 3 people in the first place.
Yeah, but I mean... Come on, you gotta let him do
That rule is
3.
too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
Also, how did the killer know this
I'm
rule?
thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
You guys are just freaking... This is just some confirmation bias thing. You think that it's imitating the movie because just one part of it's stupid. It's a stupid...
It's not just
Oh,
that.
it's okay.
Come on.
Calm down.
Try to remember the content of the movie.
Remember?
About the lie in the...
That's the one Hiyoko's body was imitating, right?
Obviously.
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right?
Yeah, that's what I've been freaking saying this whole time.
But Hiyoko's body
got
was
this. We
suspended
got
by
this.
common household duct tape.
Yeah.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows. Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete.
Yeah, it makes you feel like some lazy person just didn't think too much about it and just wanted to murder
If
someone.
falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, They should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I freaking think so.
I'm saying, Hiyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a...
Okay, says you guys. You guys were the one that was like, oh, they're totally imitating the lion.
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details?
You're saying Hyoko's murder was an accident.
Like, for example, why did Hiyoko go to the music venue?
Why did Hiyoko go to the music venue? Because Sonia freaking
you're saying the truth behind
alert her
Hyoko's
there
murder
so they could kill them. So you're saying the truth behind
I have
Hyoko's
no
murder is
freaking
hidden?
clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Good for you. When Hiyoko went to the music, that's the key to all this. I need to find it out, no matter the cost. We're on to you, Sonia. It was totally you. Maybe not, but if I'm wrong, I look stupid, so... What the frick?
Why did Hiyoko go to the music venue?
I think I'm gonna need to remember something. I don't know.
Maybe the killer summoned her.
Maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
Definitely not. You're the one. Am I crazy? She's the one that was like, come over
She
to
was
the.
guided by the will of causality.
Oh God. But okay, what are my truth bullets?
Why did Hiyoko...
No.
No, she went of her own free will.
I agree with that.
Oh, that's it. What? Motel key room with. She went of her own free will.
It's just as Sonia
Okay.
said.
Well, I
She
couldn't
went to
figure
the
it.
music
Oh,
venue of her own free will.
I couldn't figure it out, so I just went through all the bullets and just started hitting all of the statements until it worked. It's happened again, guys. I'm bad at this game.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hiyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I
Right.
don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hiyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose.
No! Not another one!
Are you saying my gut was wrong?
Exactly.
My
You're
first and
always
last
wrong.
Highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No! That's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Oh, great. Alright, wait, what am I trying to prove? Something about the key. Sonia's account, probably, because I thought that was gonna be
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right?
Yeah.
She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking.
Okay, what the frick?
That's why the killer targeted her.
And?
But Hiyoko's room was locked.
Yeah,
The key was deep inside her kimono, remember?
correct.
It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
I mean, I guess that's true, but what proves
There's
that?
no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was... There's only one reason
kimono was all
would be
messed
that
up.
messed up.
Oh.
She fought the killer.
No, Sonia's account!
to cut through
It's
those
messed up
words.
because she doesn't know how clothing works.
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hiyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue. and I suggested that she use it.
And I was like, I'm totally not going to kill you later.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost.
So why wasn't that the first
Boil me, burn me,
non-stop
take off
debate
my
answer?
clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
I won't.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little...
I'm good, Kazuichi. Heck no.
Then, the killer
Frickin'
probably
weirdo.
couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Well, if the killer was Sonia, but
Though that may not apply
I'm telling
to
you.
Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamster 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
uh-oh.
Gaijin, please stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Why?
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
I don't know.
You don't know the most important part.
Killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close.
Nagito, any ideas?
How long
Why
are
is
you gonna
everyone
stay
yawning?
quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion.
So when did we curse Naito with being silent?
Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
I had
What
some
are you
suspicions
talking
about
about?
that, but I was like, nah, that seems too much.
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers.
Yeah.
So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished
Doesn't make
talking
sense, but
about
whatever.
that a while ago.
Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
Yawn. No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
Strange.
So,
That's very
they did
strange.
kill themselves?
Strange?
See, it's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints, there's still an important clue left that's been completely overlooked, just as it says. She had blood on her feet, that would have been footprints. Why wasn't there footprints? Wait, what was the question? Then why wasn't there any footprints on the question mark? I don't know about that, but let's see. They evaporated. There's a bloodstain on the stepladder. Why wasn't there any footprints? God, I don't know. Stepladder? I don't know.
I can prove it with this.
What? You can?
If Ibuki used the
Do you tell me
stepladder
they
to
just-
hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
What is, but that's not proving that there were.
There weren't?
That's not proving. It doesn't make
stepladder
any
was
sense.
Completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail. How amazing!
I didn't prove
This
it. This
is
is
truly the talent of a chosen
frick
ultimate.
you game. What are you talking about? You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Naito, you're definitely a YouTuber that I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it. Unless there was something funny about that
That
video.
she did climb it or she didn't climb it? What are we saying?
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video.
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
So just like I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. Whether or not we can reach it is all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
Don't do that. That is a
long
bad
as I leave
idea.
this to you,
No,
I won't
guys,
tell you to
guys.
do your best, but-
Stop right
Oh,
now.
well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
Yeah, it won't happen though. If there was some hidden clue of that video, I should have seen something strange as I watched it. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who can actually sell that video, so I'm the only one who can do it. Let's see here. The stepladder is blue and not black, possibly. There's not a blood stain on it, maybe. They're wearing slippers. I don't know. Thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange. Oh, really? Alright, so what do we got here? What? Does it highlight whatever I can slip it? Was it the fact that it's blue? Did I get it right?
That's right.
That's
I remember
right!
now.
It was a totally-
There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange
It didn't
is
have
that
a.
stepladder I
It didn't
mentioned
have an
earlier.
intro that said, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Strange that the
It's
stepladder
true that the steps of
are
that
not
stepladder weren't dirty.
black.
But on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder.
Is that what it is? And not that it's
That
blue?
contradicts the video I saw at the hospital.
What about the fact that
There
it's
weren't any
blue?
bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That's not what I was clicking on, but okay, Hajime. Also, why does that prove
That
it?
is truly
Could have
strange.
just been added on later.
If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had
Oh, it's
blood
blue
it
on
at the
that
actual
part.
crime
Of course
scene.
it is. Yeah? What about it?
But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But
That's what I
where
was
would you
thinking, but
find
with
another
different evidence.
stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue. What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
Stepladder's the only thing that's different, huh? Chiaki said the stepladder was at a different place, but that's the case, and the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing, that place where the killer thing that did something. I'm sorry, what the frick are they talking about? I'm like completely lost. Is that thing the place where the killer did something? Is that thing the place? Hajime, just speak English, you freaking... I don't frickin' know. F. Film. Fin. Film. It is film. But what? Filming? Filming what? Location? Filming location! So wait, they filmed it at a different place? I'm getting like super lost now.
Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue.
And how could the frick did you figure that out?
It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
In order to show us that they filmed the video at the music venue instead of... in order to show us that they filmed the video at the music venue instead of somewhere else, what did the killer do to that surveillance camera unit? I don't frickin' know. They used the green screen? They don't have that they didn't have that type of technology on the frickin' surveillance cameras. I'm seriously like, I don't know what's happening, man. I'm just gonna have to let the game tell me what's going on and then be like, wow. Oh, frick me. So, I don't really get what they're saying with the footprints and Ibuki would have left blood. I kind of am super lost on that part. Which part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? Both? The monitor, the camera, both make sense. Because that's like, when there's an answer like both, it has to be the right answer. Right? See? Nope. Nope, it wasn't both. I just don't have eyes. So it was the camera. Okay, what's next? Did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue? Or the hospital? Well, the frickin'... It would make sense if it was the music venue. But then they would have... They smashed a camera at the music venue. Maybe they took our... well, no, if they didn't tamper with the viewer, then they would have to have tampered with the music venue one. The viewer. I don't really know what to call it. The monitor, the screen. Because I was thinking maybe they used the other one. The other set of monitor and recorders. What the frick is going on? What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue surveillance... From the music venue surveillance camera unit? They increased the signal. They took it with them. They took it with them, I guess. What is this? What is it? I don't think I understand this question, but is this saying they took it with them after the crime, or what they did during the crime? Guess we'll find out. Didn't help at all, but these logic dives never do. All right, guys. I just played some cool math games, and I'm back. I learned nothing. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. That's it, the killer just brought the camera from the music venue.
They made me think it was a live feed from the venue.
Well, isn't that like so obvious? I thought that was like too obvious and they just did something else.
Only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes. At least when I first discovered Ibuki's body.
Oh my gosh, Hajime, how did it take you 2 hours to think of that?
Probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all
Oh,
of us.
I'm sorry. How about you freaking do it?
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true, but in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
What'd they do? The thing the killer did to the remaining monitor was... They destroyed it. I don't know. It was destroyed at one point.
The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it.
Yeah, why the frick would they do that?
As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not.
I don't think I understand how this works.
So focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And I'm
The moment
intelligent.
Hajime left the music venue, the killer
What do the
put back
cameras
the
look
camera they
like?
took.
Are they just on it?
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
Uh-huh.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite
Yeah.
Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Which means even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transmitting to the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. So, where the frick did they film this? Behind the curtain? Like, why didn't we go behind the curtain? That would have made things much nicer. Anyway, where was the video filmed? The only possibility is that place, inside that building. I hate you, Hajime, so much. I'm gonna frickin' murder you. That place, huh? Yeah, that oh, of course, that place. Was it the conference room? Cause that's just my only guess. Yeah, it looks like it. But how did they make it look like that? Oh, they had the candle. I forgot, because it was so dark. It's so dark in there. I was like, how do you film something like that with the curtains? But they used a candle. Oh, I can't spell. What am I doing? The conference room. Wait. Chiaki is the one that showed me the conference room. So how did you know about the conference room, huh, Chiaki?
Huh? Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
They added curtains. what the work was. Curtains and such. And the candle and... I don't know. There's not much in that video we had. Just the curtains that really... music venue curtain. Yes!
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other?
What?
Did the
That
conference
doesn't
room
matter.
look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
The conference room looked like the music venue.
Kind of set.
What? Oh, you guys are making me
Might have
confused.
tampered with the camera.
They didn't do that.
I still can't believe he mixed up the filming locations.
Okay, what am I
Hajime,
agreeing
you're
with?
pretty stupid.
I would disagree, but you know, actually I would agree with that if it was blue, but it's not blue.
There's no way the conference room
I guess just the music venue
and the
curtain.
music venue look the same.
Music venue looked
So am I
like the
just
conference
doing
room.
this one?
That
I
must
guess.
be it.
That's kind of a weird, confusing one. I managed it first try. Nailed it.
What
So,
the killer did was
the killer just filmed a fake hanging in the conference room. Then they would have to do a bunch of other stuff though to go all the way to the music venue. It's crazy. But I guess that means I have to end this episode, so bye.